Hey everybody, this is Tracy with the Oasis for Natural Healing. So, wanted to kind of talk to you today about um, the mighty mitochondria. Okay, so a lot of people you might have heard starting to talk about mitochondrial dysfunction, yeah, but maybe you really don't know what that actually is. So the mitochondria is a structure inside every single cell has this, and each organ, gland, tissue has multiple, like thousands of cells, right? Hundreds of cells, thousands of cells, whatever, depending on the size of the organ or size of the tissue or gland or whatever. Every single cell has mitochondria. It's a structure inside the cell that produces energy molecules so the cells can do their job, which ultimately leads to the organ, the gland, or the tissue to do their job properly. But what happens if the mitochondria cannot produce proper energy molecules? That can lead to various symptoms because a lot of different organs and glands can actually be affected by the mitochondria. So, and it actually can start in with children. A lot of kids actually are diagnosed with mitochondrial dysfunction. And did you know that Western medicine does not really have a treatment for mitochondrial dysfunction. And in fact, I'm actually looking at their online website. Children's Hospital of Philadelphia actually talks about this, and they don't have they actually don't know what to do with this. So they just say, oh, supportive care, and there's real no known treatment, and blah, blah, blah. And so you're kind of left up to your own devices to treat mitochondrial dysfunction. What are some symptoms of mitochondrial dysfunction? Well, it occurs in children and adults. And we've actually seen this with a lot of my patients. So you can have memory issues. So you can have like brain fog, brain fatigue, just generalized tiredness. Your muscles can feel very, very heavy. You can have heart issues because the heart needs tons of mitochondria and it has to be functioning really well. Otherwise, your heart can get really tired. So you can have heart dysfunction. Okay. You can actually develop diabetes. You can have liver problems. You can have kidney problems, thyroid issues. Some people actually have had seizures, and this is actually on the website too. So, seizures can actually be caused by mitochondrial dysfunction. So, can you imagine having seizures and being diagnosed with epilepsy or anything else and being given medication when if you actually supported the mitochondria, the seizures went away? And actually, we've had not in my office, but in colleagues' offices of mine, they've treated patients with seizures, and by handling the mitochondria, their seizures decreased significantly. And there was other reasons why they had seizures, so it was going to be like a combination of handling multiple things for the seizures. But yeah, their seizures decrease just by handling the mitochondria. Can you imagine that? Instead of having to be on medication, we can actually handle the root cause of why you have your seizures. How fantastic is that? So you can wind up having developmental delays. Even they're thinking that even autism can actually be related to mitochondrial dysfunction, vision issues. So having vision impairments, hearing problems. Okay. Um, and again, like I said, like memory issues. So think of adults with like Alzheimer's, dementia, things like that. You can have muscle weakness. Um, so if your muscles feel very tired or they don't like you don't have the strength like you used to, that can actually be from mitochondrial dysfunction. Um, Gastrointestinal disorders, constipation, problems with digesting your food properly, like low motility of the gut. This can actually be mitochondrial dysfunction. Adrenal fatigue, your nervous system can be off, off kilter, um, where your body can't regulate itself very well. So, how do you handle that? Microactive CoQ10. So CoQ10 is actually really an important micronutrient for cardiovascular function, for brain function. It helps support the mitochondria. So we use a company called Energetics, and microactive CoQ10 is the brand from Energetics, and a lot of people test really well for it. We also have uh, CoQ10 is in another company called Standard Process that we use, and we can actually muscle test to see which brand is going to be the best one for you. We use a company from Systemic Formulas, and they actually have several different forms of different supplements and different combinations that will help support the mitochondria. So it just depends on which company that, or which company you test for, which supplement you test for. And then we also have a company from Cellcore, which has a supplement called BCATP, and that also supports the mitochondria as well. And we've seen so many people less brain fog, less brain fatigue. They feel more energy. They're able to think clearly. They're able to do things. Um, they're starting to heal because you don't have the energy. Your cells do not have the energy to heal if you have mitochondrial dysfunction. So no matter what you do, so how many of you guys have turned around and done different things? You've taken different supplements, you've tried different healing modalities, and you just don't get better. Like your symptoms are just stuck. Well, maybe it's because you have mitochondrial dysfunction, because if you're not supporting the mitochondria, you can't heal. Your body does not have the energy to heal. So you got to support the mitochondria in order for healing to take place. So that's one of the things that we do at the office. Every single patient, we check to see if there's any mitochondrial dysfunction. We do that through a technique called quantum nutrition testing, which is kind of scary accurate, but we're able to find that out. And we check for mitochondrial dysfunction. And if the person does have any mitochondrial dysfunction, then we can find out what supplement or what brand they need, and how much of it, because it's not even what the bottle says, it's whatever their body actually tests for. So it actually gets very individualized for that person. That's why this is so successful, because I don't do protocols, because protocols actually lumps everybody into one category, saying that, okay, everybody needs this supplement, this dose, and for this length of time. And that's not the case at all. So, like I said, there's multiple different supplements that support the mitochondria, and which one does your body specifically want and how much of it? So that's why this works so well. So we check for the mitochondria, and then we also check, is there any toxins that could be damaging the mitochondria, like heavy metals, heavy chemicals? Could there be parasites? Could there be other toxins? Could there be radiation? Why is your mitochondria dysfunctioned in the first place? Because if I just give the support, but I'm not getting rid of the underlying cause, then I'm just giving a natural band-aid. So we want to take it a step further and find out, like, okay, well, what's in the body that's causing the damage in the first place? And then we can find out exactly what supplement your body specifically needs to get rid of the underlying cause while giving nutritional support. So your kids can actually have this too. Um, and I forgot what the percentage is, but I can guarantee you it's a lot more than what the website says, because we test kids as well, and a lot of kids have mitochondrial dysfunction. It's actually more what that than what the hospital website says. Um, So if you think that you or your kid might have some mitochondrial dysfunction, you would like more information, don't hesitate to reach out. You can call us at 708-554-6730. Have a good night.